Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Factorio here in our step-by-step to Megabase series. In the previous episode we took care of the production science pack, so there's only one more pack to go before we reach the end game and of course the start of actually establishing a Megabase. Before we do that though, we have to make sure we will have enough materials. Right now we do not have enough materials. Well, we do have enough materials for what we already have, we made sure of that, but once we add the utility science pack, this is no longer going to be the case. Also, I did notice because the trains are unloading unevenly, we ran into a couple of issues. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to fix that. For instance, we don't need to add the waiting condition anymore. Like all the trains can just remain inside of the station until they are completely empty. The same thing counts here for my iron ore train. Just remain there until you're empty. And then another thing we can do to improve on that is to add stack inserters. And I'm actually gonna add that first here to my automatic crafting system. So we could add that right here, for instance. Oh, I'm gonna be needing one machine. Give me one of these, just one. We add the stack inserter right here. All we need is advanced circuit, electronic circuits, and iron gear wheels. The wheels we already have here, so that is very convenient. We can just do something like that and then get those wheels inside. We also grab the fast inserter from over there and then, well, we already have the normal circuit, so the only thing that's missing is an advanced circuit. And I think I'm just gonna go ahead, continue the line we have over here. We just have to somehow get it through this mess. If we manage to go over here, this might be enough to do a couple of hops, maybe this one with a fast underground belt. Another research is done. Let's go for more braking force. Okay, with a little bit of spaghetti deliggling, we managed to make it all the way over here to the machine where it's actually needed. So we're gonna import those circuits and this can now craft away, which is nice. And we're gonna get it out on the other side. Let's do it here. Get those inside a chest and we're gonna grab 2 stacks of them. We just crafted 1,000 production science packs already. Very nice, I have to say. But there we go. Now we get access to stack inserters and this is gonna be very important. So our iron ore is gonna be incoming fast enough. There is another iron train and we just have to make sure to replace these guys with stack inserters. And I'm actually just gonna do the upgrade planner. So this is automatically going to stack inserters and we also wanna upgrade these guys too. And then now and then I can just go ahead, grab more of these inserters. That's 8 more. And as soon as I get close, my robots are gonna take care of the upgrade. Braking force is finished. I'm gonna go for additional cargo size with the robots. While we are waiting for more stack inserters, I would suggest we also go ahead and craft the assembling machine 3 next. This thing is much faster compared to the other 2 assemblers we definitely wanted. We need a speed module for which we need both types of circuits and then the assemblers, so it's not that dramatic. We could go ahead, set something up right here. Assembling machine 3, we have access to the red circuits and we have access to the green ones. This is not supposed to be that, it's supposed to be the speed module, of course. There we go. Then we can have an additional machine, maybe right there. This is going to be responsible for the assembling machine finally. And now we can input those modules. We can also extract a couple of these assemblers onto a belt and just bring this down and over. Go under here and add that to the assembler. Nice. We just need a power pole and then get this out of here into a storage chest. 1 stack is probably gonna do. There, now this is happily crafting away. I'm gonna upgrade this assembler at least, so it goes a little bit quicker here with the crafting. This can now just continue in the background here. We got 24 more stack inserters. That should be enough to upgrade everything. No, actually I'm gonna be needing a bunch more, but we can already finish this station here and you can now see this is much better here with the flow of iron ore. So I'm just gonna wait until I get 32 stack inserters in order to upgrade the upper station and then we should be all good when it comes to raw resources for our current builds. Another research done, I'm gonna be doing the 3 efficiency module to get these out of the way. I now have enough stack inserters to actually upgrade the iron ore field and I'm taking the tank with me because I think it's time to decimate a couple more enemies. Here we go. Let's go for the upgrade planner and upgrade all of these inserters. And that is gonna make things just so much quicker. Actually, honestly, the inserters here are not necessary, so we can cut down on half of it. The stack inserters from the chest into the train are the important ones because that procedure needs to go as quickly as possible. I'm just gonna tackle a couple of these nests that are very close. This one is actually quite big. Hello guys, don't mind me, I'm just driving by. Now that I actually have a personal roboport, it might be wise to disable it and then only enable it once I'm ready to actually start repairing, because otherwise they just keep on wanting to repair me. But there we go, there's one more nest, very tiny one. And then once I'm done with the fight, I enable the roboport and one robot will save me. So now I don't even have to get out of the car. How convenient. Good, I took care of the right perimeter here. Now I'm just eliminating a couple of nests here before making my way back down. And I think what I want to do is tap into this crude oil deposit, maybe this copper deposit as well. Yeah, the iron deposit mostly is going to be a pain in the butt. The only one accessible is this one here, which is a little bit close to the lake, so we'll have to explore the surroundings here as well. But for now, let's keep going with the enemy elimination. But it looks like the iron train actually beat us here. Let's see. Yeah, there's not much left. Okay. Well, either way, I wanted to have a look at the initial deposits. I believe this one here was the iron deposit. And, well, you can see there is not much left. Not at all. Also, the copper deposit is slowly coming to its end. And then there is the initial coal deposit, which is also almost a goner. Let's make sure we can actually build some stuff. I wanted to see some pump jacks, right? And can we already see how many we're gonna need? Like there's at least 11 or so. Let's make 15 of these pump jacks. I also still got enough electric mining drills. We should be able to craft some more small electric poles. I'm also gonna grab myself a stack of stack inserters, and then we already crafted 14 assembling machines. Very nice. Okay, I made my way down to the stone deposit, set up a radar station as well, and now we are going to tap into this copper vein. The crude oil here is honestly probably not worth it, or we might just pipe it up instead of using a train for this. But let's get into the outpost planner. We want to do this towards north with 4 output belts. Yada yada yada, that seems to be fine still, so let's get into that and plan this out. And my robots should be taking care of that immediately. I actually did lose 2 robots while I was busy fighting the critters. That's just how it goes sometimes. But yeah, I gotta say, tapping into veins this way is much more relaxing. And of course, with every robot speed upgrade we're gonna be getting in the future, this is gonna improve and we can just go crazier and crazier. Robots are charging up as well, and now we can see the charge of my suit is slowly going down, already at 92% currently. Looks like I actually did not have enough yellow belts, but you can see we can only fill yellow belts with this. Let's make a quick balancer for these guys as well. And then I guess somewhere around here we're gonna set up another station. Let's just go ahead and copy over one of these stations here. We can set this up here smack in the middle, connect the belts to each individual line. We make our way around the vein in order to loop the train back. And then we just want to bring this somewhere over here. Now let me see. We probably just continue from this line. That means I need to get some of these trees out of the way. Yeah, we need to replace this somewhere along here. And then we can continue this line all the way down. This requires a normal signal, and now we should be good. Yeah, this is now correctly signaled for this line. And now we need to bring this somewhere into here. That should be good. And this will be the line coming back. Let's see if we can set this up in a meaningful way. How much space did I leave? Yeah, we can just plop this right into there. One more chain signal would go here. And the rest is fine. Good. Now I just need to go back to collect some more materials. Let's also upgrade this part here. I want these guys to be stack inserters. And then I took myself the liberty to go for lab research speed 5. Pretty good. Let's go for coal liquefaction next. And I'm actually gonna take the train. Yeah, bring me back home. I needed some belts, yellow ones. Let's also stock up on red ones, just a couple of them. Then I'm gonna be needing a whole bunch of rails, also taking some more pipes with me. Okay, I just noticed there is actually a small little gap in between the loads of iron ore we're getting. So the first train we're actually gonna connect to the same network that is gonna fill these last remaining gaps. But if we check this out, this is gonna take a little while longer to fill up while we are running out. The same thing doesn't happen with any type of other ore, except it will happen with the copper if we don't supply more of it, and it might also happen with the oil. But in this case, my suggestion would be to hook up this iron ore patch to the same line here, and it's gonna supply what we already have. And then we need a whole other patch to take care of the rest. But if I tap into this one, then we're going to be expanding our pollution level quite a bit. Let's go for inserter capacity bonus 6. Nice. Very good. I got my belts. I got my train stop. We're going to upgrade the row here. 2 stack inserters. And then I'm also going to rename the station the same we already have. So each ore patch is going to have the same naming convention. Good. Now it's just about hooking this up to power and it can go mine away. The output of the ore deposit at the moment is 33 per second, which is only half of what we're actually going to need for the last science pack. Let's just have a quick sneak peek here at the science pack crafting. We can see we're going to be needing 49 copper plates. So I think maybe it is wiser to just add this as a supplement to our current copper output. And then I would suggest we're going to make new stations for iron and copper in this place. Maybe even the coal. Nah, no coal. We can just grab from here. That's going to be fine. Yeah, honestly, we can just use this line here and continue it. In this case, for the utility science pack, we're going to tap into this iron ore vein and this copper vein. So we can kind of do it together. And that will expand our radius by quite a bit, honestly. So let's hope it's going to be worth it. I'm also going to go ahead and now set up a bunch of pump jacks here. Just going to try to hook them up to power. And then, of course, we're going to use our trusty pipes to connect all of these things together. Make our way up here and then just tag along the rail. Continue this. I actually made it all the way to the top here with my pipe. And now all we have to do is connect these two systems together. And we have a little bit more oil. Good. Now I'm going to add another intersection that leads to this iron ore vein in order to supply what we currently have going on. And for that, I guess we're just going to make our way out here. Yeah, that seems to be good. We then come back the same way, try to get into here, making a nice intersection. Well, it's not that nice, but it is gonna work. Add chain signals from each direction and rail signals going out from each intersection. And just like that, we have another intersection that should possibly not result in crashes. Another research is done. I'm now gonna not research anything until we have this done here with the second vein. And in order to do that, we'll have to fell a couple of trees. But luckily with shift, we can just blueprint that and the robots are only going to take out the necessary trees. There's my turnaround, making my way back. Here is the deposit. We want to make this come out due south. So I should be able to go ahead and plan this out accordingly. It's not a huge vein, but it should result in maybe 2 rep belts. I'm not just gonna let my robots do their thing because I don't know what's going on here. I'm also gonna add a radar here if possible. We still need to connect this with power. Also right here, naturally, we want to add a balancer. And then on this side, I'm going to set up my station. That should be enough. Yeah, totally enough space. This is going to be named iron ore. And here we can see this is the other iron ore train. We're going to enable a train limit of 1 train. And we need to do this for the other station here as well. Just 1 train is allowed in the station at a time. And we also need to do the same thing here with the iron ore. Train limit is gonna be 1. This way, as soon as a train leaves the station here, the other train is gonna get the signal that this station is free and it's gonna come. And we can already see the coloring. Purple means that a train is on its merry way and that this is the only train that is still allowed. White would allow all trains to go into that station no matter if there is already one. And then as soon as this train arrives, this should turn red, theoretically. Or maybe I misremember the red portion, but either way, we now need an additional train doing the exact same thing. I'm gonna copy over one of these loading stations as per usual and add it to the right spot there. And then all we have to do is hook this up at the right spot. This will go here. Yes, yes, yes. So many belts. Come over. You come over here. Oh no, we did not have enough belts. Oh well. We're gonna have to come back here either way to set up the power. And also I'm missing a whole bunch of chests. I can already make the 4 cargo wagons. Just need a couple more engine units to make the locomotive. And just like that, we got it. We can set this train up anywhere on the track. Doesn't really matter, but we have to give it some initial fuel maybe. And then we have to copy over what we already have here on the other train. So we're just going to grab that. Actually, we need to shift and right click, shift and left click here. And we have the same thing. Now it looks like I'm missing a track somewhere along the lines. Let's try to turn right. I'm not sure. Somewhere in the woods, I probably forgot to add a track and I don't know where. Let's maybe figure it out this way. If there's like an interruption somewhere, Oh, yeah, right here. Okay, I just figured it out. That means we should be able to enable the train. Yeah, it's now going to this location. However, it still needs to be filled up. And I totally forgot to set up the electric poles, because without the power ain't nothing happening. Just tell me I have enough poles to pull this off. Yeah, there we go. We did it. Okay, let's move back. Check out if it kicked in. And yes, indeed, the miners have kicked in and we're still doing good with power. Okay, very nice. I actually like that. Now let's check out the functionality. So do we already... go away, pollution. Do we already have the iron train incoming? No, not yet. But it is almost full. So now it should be moving along, going to the station here. And let's assume our train here is also full. So it is ready to go. But it doesn't actually go there because the destination here is full, as you can see, destination full. And so now it's just gonna wait patiently until this train here is emptied, and as soon as this guy goes out of the station, the other one is gonna move into it. And this way we can make sure we can actually fill up the gap that we have in between the train loads. So this one is now leaving. That means my train is going, and I actually wanna use it to make my way back. Good, that should be one problem out of the way. Now we just need to hook up this copper source here to our other station. That might actually be a pain in the butt, and I'm considering just hooking up another station here at the bottom. Okay guys, I'm not a particular fan of what I've created here, this monstrosity, but I just needed a way to connect this rail here from the bottom copper source, and the train can now just go around here and also serve this copper station. There's now also a connection, as you can see, going down straight. So now we have trains moving along here to the copper station, getting all nice and filled up. And then as soon as this train leaves, the next train is going to be incoming, just like with the iron train. So that means now both of the train systems that I created here are interconnected. The only thing we might want to do is to connect this as well, so we can finish the loop in both directions. Either way, it is now time to move due north and hook up these two veins. We are going to create a rail, probably going out from somewhere around here, hitting these two veins. We're gonna bring these back down to a separate station that I'm gonna set up somewhere here. And then this is gonna feed the lost science pack that we're gonna build right next to this. So let's hop into our tank and move along. Actually, we should check what kinds of materials we have. We probably want to stock up on a couple of rails, and then we also need to build more trains. Also, we should now keep on researching a little bit more braking force. Okay, I think I'm gonna start my endeavors right here. The track is gonna move up in this spot and move down in this one. The rails should be connected. We're gonna set up the signals, and that should be good. Then we can continue going up. Okay, nice. We have arrived at the first copper vein. We're gonna tap into both of these and just send them to the same station. So I think what I'm gonna do is turn around here and then go straight up. That should be fine. We're now getting into nuclear fuel, I guess, even though we're still far away from actually using it. And now we just set up these mining outposts here, plan these out and get them built. That was actually a quick research. Let's go for effect transmission. That will also be a rather quick one. But in the meantime, I guess we can at least finish this. Next up, actually one of the most important ones, logistics 3. Giving us the capability of shipping 3 times the amount of materials as with a yellow belt. And then here we just swap the direction of the output, but this can also be one mining site, though this is gonna give us plenty of resources. I'm actually looking forward to that. But we simply don't have enough miners. We'll have to make our way back once more. Also very convenient with the robots. If you hover over this notification here, you can see just how many things are actually missing. Like right now we're missing more than 100 miners. Logistics also wrapped up. Let's go for braking force 5, and I guess this is the second to last research we can do before we really have to dive into the utility science pack. Okay, looks like I built everything I can build. Let's maybe also go for the train station, and I think what we should do is go out here a little bit more so we have the space to set up the station without interfering with the normal track. And this can go right here, for instance. We're gonna rename this, enable train limit of 1, and this is gonna be this one here. I'm also gonna add a loading station that I copied over from the other iron deposit. And then I guess we can adjust some of these belts. Like with this one, we can go straight down to the station and so on and so forth. And just like that, we have it ready. Now we just need to bring all of these belts over as well. I need at least a fast inserter to hop over here. So let's say we do that for each of the lines. And then we can just move them into the second slot here. Now we know where we want this to go, and I'm just gonna bring each of these lines over. Doesn't need to be beautiful. All of this is just starter base stuff. Good, now as I'm making my way back, I'm gonna make sure to also hook this up to power, and then I'm also gonna introduce a radar right there. Let's have a look at the pollution. Yeah, we'll probably have to go for another pushback sooner than later. And there it is, the last research we can do right now, CoverX enrichment process. But I do not worry, as this step that we're taking now is just so crucial. I always made the mistake in previous playthroughs to not have enough raw resources, and therefore everything was just slowed down. We can use this starter factory for a very long time while we are starting to build the Megabase, and this will just run in the background for dozens of hours. So all the effort we put in it right now is going to be worth it. Now, as mentioned, I would like to serve a different iron ore station. Altogether, it doesn't really matter which trains go into which station, so I'm probably going to be using the same network. And it's going to make it a lot easier if we just, for instance, do something like that. Say this would be one possibility for a station, and then we simply add another one a little bit further down the line, maybe right there. Okay, and now we just properly want to signal this. For instance, this signal can go, and then we add one here, there, and I'm gonna leave that here. So that is now one massive intersection here, but it's all gonna work fine. Gonna set up the first station here, and then another one here. We can go ahead and take the names from the stations we already have. So I'm gonna copy over copper and iron, and this is then gonna be named the same, also only with one train allowed. Now, we currently have already one train coming here, which is an absolute mistake. But yeah, I guess what we can do is already hook this up to the way back. We need to kind of get into this rail, and eventually I guess we also want to make our way down here. Now, if you see all of this, absolutely do not worry. I'm going to be making an awesome train system, and the Megabase is going to be extremely organized contrary to this. But yeah, we're not quite ready yet, so I'm going to send this guy over. Good, I signaled everything correctly. The copper train is already back. Okay, now let's get rid of all of this. I cannot work like this. Yes, robots, work for me. Let's copy over one of these unloading stations. Let's see. This is not convenient. You have to go and wait. Don't build that just yet. We want to place that right here. And we want to do the same thing here to the copper train. Looks like now at least we have started to unload already. That means I'm just going to be needing one more iron train and one more copper train, or potentially even two of them. No, I can currently only have one train per deposit unless I actually do something about it. Like if I made this a little bit longer, we can have two trains waiting here. Either way, we now have our 4 lines of iron ore. I'm gonna make our usual balancer, but then I'm actually gonna narrow it down to only 2 lines. So one more balancer here, and those are gonna be our 2 iron lines. And I think we're gonna be doing something similar for the copper. This can just go into these lines. Also build a balancer here. And also for the copper, we're only gonna be needing 2 lines, right? Yeah, 2 times 30. And then technically we don't need that much iron, but still it's gonna be available to us, and it's gonna be useful for the crafting hub. Any additional material we can invest in the crafting hub. Very good. With that out of the way, let's make our way back. I'm gonna need a whole bunch of miners. Got 200 in here, and then yellow belts. Maybe a couple more red belts cannot hurt. Yellow undergroundies. Okay, so far so good. I'm also gonna grab my stack inserters. Now, before I forget, let's also split up the coal here and bring this all the way over. And naturally, that is gonna be fed into my trains. Bring this up to there, power these guys up, and that should give the trains all the coal that is necessary. I'm gonna get myself another train going, just add all the cargo stuff, give this a little bit of fuel, and then we can make our way over to the station. Uh-oh, we got a train behind us, but I think we should be fine. Wait, this is not where I want to be. Oh no, I wanted to be on the other side here. I wanted to go up. You know what? We can solve that problem easily by just picking up the freaking train. What did I actually name this? Iron, that's wrong. This is copper. Whoops. But there we go. Hopefully I now have the materials to finish everything. Naturally, I don't have the materials for another train stop. Wonderful. Let me just go ahead, finish this build, and then I'm also gonna tap into this ore spot. And once that is done, we can introduce 2 more trains and probably wrap up the episode. Wonderful, we are back at the mining location. Everything has been built. The copper stuff is already hooked up, but if we check out the power, we are very close to overloading. So if I hook this up as well, which right now it is, and there we go, let's have a look at that. Yeah, we are using more power than we have. Not by a huge margin, but it is still noticeable. So I will be rectifying that problem by doubling our power output once again. So if we just have a look at this building, I'm gonna double the power output here, and then we should be able to once again supply the entire factory. But right now I think it's more important to start expanding the perimeter. We want to make sure to get rid of all these nasties. Yeah, you guys need to go. Sorry, this is a way too large base. Otherwise you would be running me over. Oh no, don't get stuck, don't get stuck. This would be really bad. When you get stuck, it can go really quickly. Oh dude, I'm not so sure. This might have been a mistake. I want my Spidertron again. Check this out. This is not normal. Okay, well, at least this was a huge camp here. Well, was. It's still. Dude, are you serious? They are all quite large, I have to admit. Yeah, we definitely don't want these guys to get into our fog. Oh my gosh, it doesn't stop. What did I do? Why did it? Okay, that was a close call. Oh my gosh. Okay, I did not expect them to actually grow this quickly. This is kind of concerning, if you ask me. Oh jeez. Okay, this was definitely the biggest encampment I had to take care of so far. And I have to say, even the spitters, they became more powerful. They are now actually doing some serious damage if they manage to hit you. Just a little more. Okay, I think we got them all. Wow. Yeah, I think I just remembered why I usually play with critters off, at least when it comes to the expansion side of things. I mean, it would be fun every now and then, but then over time it becomes a real chore to take care of these nests. Okay, now this is not looking too shabby. I think we can wait with these other nests, but we should be taking care of the ones that are around the lake here and potentially this guy up there. I might be going here first and then around the lake downstairs again. Just look at all the organic waste here. An absolute shame. Yeah, that's what I figured. A medium-sized nest on the other side of the lake. We better get rid of it before they get rid of us. There's actually another iron deposit we might be able to tap into in the future. Good. Looks like I've done the cleanup work so far. Now we can probably do the next science pack before the smog reaches another enemy base. So now I'm just making my way back here through the devastation that I left here. And I guess we can take apart some of these mining sites and then I'm gonna double the power output that I have currently going on. Let's see. Yeah, now that the factory isn't running because we're not doing any research, we don't really have those power problems. But of course we need to be ready once we are able to enable the factories again. Wonderful. I would say with that out of the way, we're gonna meet us in the next episode when we are gonna finalize this starter base with the last science pack. Well, there's still gonna be the white science pack to do, but you get the basic gist. We'll be able to finish the research and then only the infinite researches will be left over. And this is where the actual fun of this game begins, even though it is fun from the beginning. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But with that out of the way, have a great time and hopefully I'm gonna catch you in the next episode. Bye-bye.